Fear is the topic today. Fitness was always my fallback for facing my fears. I grew up thinking and being validated as being very shy and to myself. Looking back, it was just strong labeling. Sharing my knowledge and passion in the industry ironically nudged me out into the world. I had to gain the confidence to go out and talk to people. I cried the first time. I was so nervous. I literally made myself sick. I was so nervous. And I wanted to quit. I literally wanted to give up. I didn't want to do it anymore. It stresses me out thinking about it. Even though I can do it easy now. In more recent years, I started purposefully creating situations in the gym that brought up fears I had to combat physically. Anything that gets your body uncomfortable, that puts you in a state of being fearful. So like going upside down in a handstand. I used to do fingertip handstands a lot. Handstands on the Bosu ball. I do gymnastic moves too. Gymnastics moves. You can go heavier in weight. Anything that'll make you kind of scared. Let's see. And I still, to this day, incorporate things that kind of put me in that fear state that I have to challenge it, where I have to challenge it. The reasoning behind the increase of fear tactics in the people, meaning like many people, as I'm driving, like 15 plus a day, try to scare me and act like they're going to hit me with their cars. I've had multiple people pull out guns on me too, like I've said before. Other fear tactics. I mean, there's so many incidences where people can try to scare you for fun. You know? That's what I mean. The reason for all the fear tactics are their minds' their fears no longer or never being exercised out of the system by facing them. Comfort being the main focus of the people. I would say now, though, there are the same amount of people in comfort, understimulated mentally to physically, as those that are overstimulated. But both are not participating in facing physical to mental fears in a controlled environment. Which helps maintain this safe mentality I was talking about, or safety mentality, where the body feels safe, the nervous system is regulated, and people feel safe around that person. It says, meaning those who push the boundaries of death by doing things that risk the life of self or others, maintain the opposite, reckless with life, proving a meaningless existence. So people who like to speed, or put their life in danger, or they don't take care of themselves, they don't eat well, they're addicted to substances, they're not valuing their life, clearly. So basically we have people who like being in states of fear, and people who like to avoid it. There's very few people in between who are balancing it and utilizing this idea of facing fears. Let's see. I like driving on the faster side of the limit, but the intention is not tension or fear or death. These people typically are not challenging fears through structure, which would be the challenge for them, right? Like a structured fear challenge, if we want to call it that. On the other side, anxious, socially underdeveloped, scared of people for no logical reason, those people are on the other end of the coin, the other side of the coin. I'm not talking about relating to toxicity. I'm talking about people who run from connection. Like me personally, I definitely, you could say, I run from specific connections with people. Specific types of people. But I'm open to connection. And then we have other people who are or overly connected, like emotionally enmeshed and codependent and all of that. So we're trying to find a balance. They have low self-esteem. The people who are afraid to connect, who don't put themselves out there and face their fears at all, they're like, they have the lowest esteem. They never go for what they want. Teaching the body to face fear in controlled situations trains and or retrains the mind to challenge the fear overriding system. We want this daily if possible. Some kind of fun, fearfully challenging physical activity. Once the mind has consistently challenged enough physical fear, the mind eases into non-fear-based way of thinking. A non-fear-based way of thinking. Aiding towards a balanced, safe mentality. Aiding towards a balanced and structured, safe mentality. Things like exploring free roam nature, going into the ocean, new environments, also challenge the mind. A lot of people are afraid to go in the ocean because they're scared of sharks. I'm the only one that goes in the ocean. And surfers, of course. But literally, I hear them talking about it, like, I can't believe she's going out there, and oh my gosh, and it's like, what? You guys are crazy. Co-regulation during moments of fear and struggle also strip the people of creating a more self-sovereign strength training of the mentality. Their need, like highlighted, need for other always remaining, the root of disorder, dependency. Unless this is challenged, the idea of not living in fear, I believe, isn't maintainable, leaving the bodies in lower states. Seeing the Bible say not to live in fear clearly isn't enough. The bodies have to be an environment that the minds practice, not going into survival mode. When the Bible was created, the people just to live challenged fear daily. Challenging the body's safety with firm observation and emotional self-regulated guidance, the minds will continue to manifest their fear out loud, without observation and emotional self-regulated. Challenging fear through the physicality in a controlled environment will help combat any mental blockages around anxiety, depression, obesity, even facial and body dysmorphia, if training correctly and efficiently. The current hierarchy system of money and beauty is developing an inferior and superior complex in everyone, producing low self-esteem, on the way to the riches and beauty, then leaving the host in fear of not being on top because there is always more, fear of not being enough, which runs into relationship issues and insecurity. A lack of health standards, mentally to physically, is what I see the people being fearful of in me. Both sexes do not meet what I strive for, and they have found substitute distractions. Yeah, to me, beauty and money are both distractions from the body. If everyone's focus was on strengthening the body as a whole, head to toe, we wouldn't need makeup, really. Like, I wear a little bit of makeup for these videos, but day to day, I don't wear makeup. And I don't get procedures done on my face, and the men don't have, like, any standards at all. I think everyone needs to go towards health standards, is what I'm trying to say. Beauty and the idea that men just need to have money and provide is just wild. Like, no. You need to be just... I see most men having extreme insecurities because they don't have standards for themselves. Men in general are allowed to just become sloppy, and a lot of them are teaching other men to become sloppy. by acting like they don't care about what they look like. Don't care so much. Anyways, yeah. So that's creating low self-esteem in the men, and the beauty is creating low self-esteem in the women because they're all on a hierarchy system. Everyone has someone on top of them or below them. I don't walk around with that mentality, which is what has everyone putting me up on top. Everyone else. I don't put myself there. I just keep going and doing better for myself. Yeah, that covered that page. So they're in this hierarchy system and they are acting out either superior or inferior actions. Like, I'm better than you, or you're better than me. And the second they put themselves there, they've lost. Your security is lost. Dominance, showing dominance and like, I'm better than you is not security. It is an insecurity. You have to act like you are because you don't feel you are. Which doesn't mean you are inferior just because you feel inferior. Anyway, so presence is the only thing that will out-train these beliefs. I am not saying to not make money or feel beautiful at all. My point is I hope that everyone becomes attractive and like attractive enough to themselves. What I'm saying is if you use these external means of acceptance and approval of other, everyone will stay circling back to fear when interacting. Fear of not being on top. Self-motivation, self-efficiency is embedded year after year. So, yeah, the fear of not being the best, or the fear of being basically everyone feels inferior when you're in a hierarchy system. There really isn't a superior, because there's always better. And technically there is with like skills and stuff, but this hierarchy system is what we're talking about. Self-efficiency is embedded year after year through all the tests being given to combat feeling. I don't know where I left off in the video. I left up when I was done recording. So basically, living in this hierarchy system will keep recreating fear. The bodies will stay in fear because of the beliefs you're creating based around who's better and who's not, and what is better and what is successful. Like, you have to see someone's social media proof that they're like, they have followers for you to think that they have followers. Jesus Christ had so many followers and he was not on the internet. Okay? So anyway, pretty and handsome comes from how pretty and handsome the mind stays. The way of thinking about ourselves. Our subconscious beliefs dictate what we will feel and receive, not what we think we want. We want to feel. Basically, if you go for money and beauty and you're still in fear, if you still have moments of fear, like if you meet somebody, let's say the opposite gender, and it looks like they don't have money, and you're a female or something, are you going to feel superior? Or vice versa, like a man? Like, I don't know. Maybe she's more intelligent than you and you get a little offended. Something like that. Like competition. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay. We want to reprogram how we think about ourselves so that we don't have interactions like that. We don't want to feel superior or inferior. Reassurance of one's security, one's safety. We are the ones keeping these low, and I know we're all in fear. We, being all of the people, most of the people, are still in fear with their money, with their beauty. Because when they see somebody with confidence who's not relying on those things, it's mirroring what they're not doing. It's mirroring their internal state that they are not maintaining. We're the ones keeping these low frequency residing labels that is putting a cap on our potential. Labels meaning like we have to have a lot of money in a specific amount, like, or we're not enough. We have to be hot enough, like, trust me when I say I love being attractive. Like, I'm not trying to be ugly. I don't want to look unattractive. Nobody wants that, right? But I do minimal to get to that point, and it's not a reliance. I also want to mention people who like fear-based even items in the home, like skulls and witchcraft and sorcery type ideas, and Halloween in the house all year long. TV programming, fear-based programming, all the TV shows that are fear-based. Of course, all of that plays into everything too. But this will cause a fear-based mentality, which will run into other things, like being scared of what you look like because of the entraining that you've entrained, because of the faces you make all day. The thoughts you have about your face all day manifest on your face while you're sleeping, while you're at rest, and in your autopilot moments. So think about that and digest.